There was no script, no plan, just a quiet kind of knowing that settled between them when the world wasn't watching. David Licauco and Barbie Forteza had slipped out unnoticed, just the two of them, no handlers, no entourage, no rush. It wasn't about escaping anything. It was about finding space. Space to breathe, space to be themselves, space to be together. They didn't need much. Just a table for two. A little corner of the city where time could stretch without interruption. He walked beside her like he always had, close enough to feel her warmth but not pressed for attention. She didn't speak much at first, just smiled in that soft, half-curious way she did when she was thinking too much but didn't want to say it yet. But he noticed. He always noticed. And without saying a word, he slowed his steps, matching her energy, letting her set the pace. That was the thing about him. He never rushed her. And that, more than anything, was why she kept letting him in. They chose a place without reservations. Somewhere intimate but not exclusive. A place where no one cared who they were, only that they were there. And when they sat down, it was like something clicked into place. Not because the lighting was perfect or the wine was good, though it was, but because they were both finally still. And in that stillness, everything felt a little more honest. He looked at her like she was the only thing that mattered. Not with intensity, but with certainty. Like he'd been looking for answers and somehow found them quietly sitting across from him. She looked back without flinching, her guard down in a way it rarely was, her eyes soft, open. There was no performance here. No need to impress. Just two people who had known each other long enough to see past the surface, and still wanted more. Their conversation wasn't filled with declarations or dramatic pauses. It was simple. About things that didn't matter and things that did. About how she missed a place she hadn't been to in years. About how he couldn't sleep without the sound of rain. About how, lately, being around each other felt less like a choice and more like a need. And maybe that was the quiet truth of it all. They had stopped choosing this and started needing it. At one point, she reached for his hand without thinking. He didn't react, didn't make it a moment, just let her fingers thread through his like it was the most natural thing in the world. And maybe it was. Maybe that's what love really looks like when no one's watching. Small gestures, quiet truths, the comfort of knowing someone sees you completely and stays anyway. When they left, there was no big goodbye, no lingering kiss for show. Just him opening the door for her leaning into his side as they walked, and the kind of silence that only happens when words aren't needed anymore.